Married at First Sight season 15. I know I'm late, girl, but I got some good stuff for you. So, have you heard the rumors? We gonna get to Married at First Sight 15, but have you heard the rumors of Steve and Nor Dusty? Dusty. Dusty, 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 Dusty. Steve ain't no Dusty. I don't care what y'all say. Steve ain't no Dusty. But you know what? I got time for that right now. We're going to come back and talk about Steve and Noah being a Dusty. Okay, later. You know, I want to thank you for your love and your support. Thank you for showing me love in my Patreon, reviews of my Amazon. Listen, baby, I got some stuff coming for you. You're going to be so glad that I have to be doing as many videos as I usually do. You're going to be like, oh my God, this is why, because the gym's been busy. I am wearing my Over the Fakery of It All shirt. I have a few more fakery shirts coming. Be sure to look out for those. But honey, let's go ahead and jump into Married at First Sight season 15. I watched and took notes. And you know what I have concluded about Married at First Sight season 15? Unfortunately, this season has a whole lot of super masculine and manly women and a whole lot of feminine men. A whole lot of feminine men. Let me know what y'all think about that. Be sure to subscribe. I want to welcome all of my new cousins. We are on our way to 100,000 cousins, but before that, we got to get to 20,000. Yeah. I was watching, okay, and I'm like, I sneezed a couple of times. Okay. Our first couple is let's see, Lindy and Miguel. Now Miguel is super feminine. I'm sorry. Super feminine. Miguel comes off to me like he's a pygmisha. Okay, we gotta find out. We gotta find what's the masculine version of pygmisha? Manisha? Pygmansha. Pygmansha.
You forgot to do what I said, Mom.
I didn't hear you, but you're supposed to be upstairs doing your IXL. You're supposed to be doing your math.
Well,
Go do your math.
Well,
I said like and subscribe and leave a comment.
Well, you said we almost hit 10 million likes. You got to say likes at the ending.
Okay, I'll say it at the ending. My manager. That's my manager. Okay. Lindy, who's misadventurous overthinker, meets with her friends, and she says she wants a man. And I was drinking some coffee, and I was like, oh! Miguel ain't no man. Miguel is soft, super sensitive. She keeps saying she wants a man. Her and Alexis on, I want a man. I want a man, girl. Well, let me tell you. Okay. And so she says she's tired of the little boys. And guess what the experts did? They matched her with a little boy. She says she was raised Seventh-day Adventist. She's a physical therapist and loves to ask people about how long they've been married. She says she's a bad picker and picks men who is emotionally unavailable. So, Lindy, you are 29. I could understand one or even two, girl. But don't tell me you continue to pick men who are emotionally unavailable. So, ladies, if you're picking men who are emotionally unavailable, you need to ask the question, what's wrong with me? She's ready. She says she's ready to start her family with someone who's committed to someone without meeting them. She's ready for a man, a real man. Linda Friends told her to tell him when she starts to get angry, and when she shuts down, she shuts down. Her friend said that he must be good at handling confrontations and someone who is calm enough to calm her down. I got so many questions. If you are an adult that is not developmentally delayed, why you need somebody to calm you down? It sounds like little Michael to me, and he didn't even have a terrible tooth. Because I don't believe in confessing stuff over my kid's life. My kids never had a terrible tooth. They never had a terrible tooth. And me and my husband, we never had a 7-year itch. I don't believe in speaking what you don't want. I don't believe in speaking what I want. So here's this 29-year-old woman who is ready to get married, but you get so angry that you need another adult to calm you down. Lindy, what is wrong with you? Okay, she says she's ready to have kids, and she said that she has some birthing hips. She does. Miguel is the game master and starry-eyed scribe. His friends have not approved a prior relationship because he has the best luck in relationship. And Miguel's friend says sometimes he wants to force these relationships that are not the right fit. Miguel wants to be loved and be in love, a loving relationship, and tend to avoid red flags. Miguel is a pick mansion. Okay? Pick mansion and feminine, because men are overall very analytical. He must have been raised by his mama. That's probably it. That's probably what it is. So he didn't have that masculine input. But then he said he go to Puerto Rico or something with his daddy. The mama left, right? Some mama trauma there. Because I don't know how you, as a man, like woman, I can understand. Which is why don't miss the red flags, girl. Pay attention to the red flags, girl. Don't overlook the red flag, because we innately overlook red flags because we're not analytical. We're 25% analytical and 75% emotional, where men are 75% analytical and 25% emotional. No, I don't have no statistics, but I'm just using it so to help you to understand that we're both masculine and feminine. We're both analytical and emotional, but it just depends on which one overrides the other. I saw this cute little pill. I picked it up because apparently this season I'm going to have to inhale and exhale. Okay? His friends say he overlooked the red flags. Like that one time he found some text on one of the girlfriend's phone, and he overlooked it one time. And then he found some more text the second time, and he overlooked that. And he found some text again the third time, and he overlooked that. So the friends are like, you know what? You are not very good at looking at red flags, and he said some people has a lot of barriers and he doesn't. He's a pick mansion. He just wants to be loved. He's very feminine. He has a lot of feminine traits, and no masculine traits. Okay. Miguel claims he has a lot of layers. He's a dork. He's a jock. He's a lover and a fighter, a hopeless romantic. He loves to write, and he finds escape in video games and wants to replace his wife want to introduce his wife to Dungeons and Lions. Is that what it's called? Dungeons and Lions, Dungeons and Snakes. So the producers asked Miguel if he manifests himself sexually, and he says he's very vanilla, but not boring. Vanilla is boring. Vanilla is boring. At least after the first lick, 3 licks I'm gonna give. After that, it's like, tries to say vanilla. It's the same vanilla. Okay. So Miguel said he has a doctorate and PhD in neuroscience, but gave up the science in place for being a medical writer. His parents are Puerto Rican, moved to Puerto Rico when 10, and his mom left, and it has been a recurring theme with women he can't rely on or feel safe. So his mom leaving has caused this traumatic turmoil in him that he obviously hasn't gone to get some counseling, because let me explain something to you. Things that happen in your life is an open door that if you don't close, the devil will continue to go in and out, walk back and forth. Hallelujah. In the book of Matthew, I believe, Jesus talked about the man who the demons was cast out, and he never got filled with the Holy Spirit. And so the demons was cast out of him, and the demons were trying somewhere to land, and they couldn't find nowhere. And you know what the demons said? Let's go back to our house from whence we came. They went back and found that it was clean and swept and empty. And those demons moved back in. But guess what? They brought a whole lot more with them. So when we have open doors in our lives in the spiritual realm through trauma or whatever, if you do not do your due diligence to close those doors in the spiritual realm and plead the blood of Jesus over it, the devil will always have access to you. This is why it is so important to gather data on who you're dating, because you have to ask yourself, is that something I want to deal with? Come on, church. Hallelujah. Come on. Hallelujah. And so Miguel has this thing that he needs to feel safe. So instead of him making his wife feeling safe, he wants his wife to make him feel safe. Feminine. Miguel says not many people get him, and he wants someone that gets him. He wants somebody who's open-minded, and he wants someone who listens, and he is a serial monogamist. So why you ain't married none of them? Lindy meets with her friends. It's like Lindy can sometimes spiral out of control, but Miguel calm nature will put her at ease. That's what this, I'm sorry, lying fake Pastor Cal says, Lindy can sometimes spiral out of control. A grown woman, fake Pastor Cal, a grown woman can spiral out of control, but Miguel's calm nature will put her at ease. What pastor school you went to? Because that's a load of bull. That's a load of crap. That she's going to spiral out of control, but his calm nature is going to make her not calm out of, and I just can't. I'm tired of the fakery. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. Y'all need to get your Married at First Sight shirt, okay? On to Justin and Alexis. Justin meets with his brother and sister-in-law. And Justin said his brother raised him from 14 to 19. Brother is like a father figure to him. And he wants to feel something mental. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you. Anybody, especially a man, that say he want to feel something mental, something's wrong with him. Either the dick don't work, the dick is little. I'm sorry. Something wrong here, something. Anytime you hear a man say, I want something mental, something is wrong with his manhood. There is an issue there. I'm just letting y'all know. Anytime, ladies, you're dating 2 or 3,000 guys you might meet, and you hear a man say, I want something mental, something's wrong. Somewhere, something is wrong. I'm letting you know. Any red flag. Red flag. Where's my red pillow? Red flag. Red flag, okay? I didn't mean to say dick. Okay, I meant to say dick-a-ling or ding-a-ling. Okay, I know some of y'all like I can't hear y'all. Do you not can't hear you? I can't hear you. Oh my God, because the Jesus did that. That was a Freudian slip. Okay, that was a Freudian slip. Go ahead, put in the comment, be like, it was me, Jesus. It was me. It was me. I said I can't believe. Girl, I could hear y'all. Probably eat your lunch, spit your lunch out. Okay. Justin claimed he may be tall, dark, and handsome, but he's not a piece of meat. He claimed woman who wants to know if he's packing. He was talking to this girl, trying to be vulnerable, and the whole time she was looking at him like a piece of snap. My question to you is, why are you trying to be vulnerable to the stranger you just met? I don't understand this vulnerable thing, especially y'all women want to be vulnerable to the killer you just met. You just met him. You don't have any data. But, I was trying to be vulnerable. Go ahead and be vulnerable to the killer you just met. Okay. He said he didn't pick up basketball. People picked it for him because he was so tall and that it was hard to make it in the NFL. Him and his ex broke up a month before the wedding. She didn't want a man 23, 24. She wants a man that's in his 50, not physically, but in a financial sense. And that the girl wanted a daddy to take care of her. Chill! What's wrong? What's wrong with a woman wanting a man to take care of her? That's the responsibility of husband. This is why I yell, scream, kick, and yell from I'm gonna get me a microphone. On the mountaintop, girls in your 20s, please do not marry these little boys. They are not prepared. Justin is proof. They are not prepared to be a husband in the definition of the word husband. Profess his love, provide, and protect. Talk about she want a daddy. She want a man in his 50 who got his finances together. Of course we do. What the hell? You want us to struggle with you? You know, these men be getting on my nerve. And then he said, girl, she wasn't honest in those things and didn't give him an opportunity to work on those things. She just quit. We're not your mother. She's not your mama, Justin. Okay? She's not supposed to stick with you and stick you through with you till you get your shit together. Because once you get your together, you are 9 out of 10 times going to get up and leave her because she struggled with you, and she can always remind you that you ain't, because she struggled with you and she made you and she paid the bills while you was trying to get yourself together. So no, we don't struggle with men over here at the church, girl. We don't wait for men to get there together. If he don't have it together, when we meet him, we drop and run. Boogie, Miss Boogie. Hey, Miss Boogie. Miss Boy put in the comments. She said, he ain't what you want. Pick up your bag, drop him, pick up your bag, and run. We want husbands. We don't want potential husbands. We want men who have done the work, who have prepared themselves to be husbands, to profess, provide, and protect. And if you are not in the place to do that, sir, please get your janky behind up my face. Get out my face. Get out. Get out. Go build and come back. But I'll be gone by then. Okay, come on. In one of my courses, I'm writing up. I'm talking about how to ruthlessly date. You don't owe these men nothing. You don't owe same if he's not your son. You don't build him. You don't stick with him. You don't do none of that. You're not his mother. Talk about she wanted a daddy. So now he says he pays attention to people's actions to see if woman is going to want him to be a provider. I just put that. Because what you paying attention to their action? You want her to struggle with you? Typical black man. Typical. Just typical want the girl to struggle with her behind. He probably proposed to her because she got 2 cents. And he didn't have half of a cent. You know, this, I'm already upset. Okay? I'm already upset. No, but she wanted a daddy. And he claimed he's no celibate. It's just sex. And he wants something deeper because the woman just want the D. He doesn't want to continue to add to his body count. That's because something is wrong with your D, Justin. Where is my sausage? Let me get the sausage. Back. They think they want the D until you show them the D, and this is what you pull out. Who says shake his head? I'm shaking it for you, girl. Okay. So the brother asks why he's rushing to get married. Sister-in-law says it's a big, huge commitment and he's not ready for marriage. Then he started, I just don't it's so hard, man. I didn't want you to support me. And I'm like, don't start that shit. Don't start it, Justin. Don't start it. Okay. He claims he's happy internally, but he could be so much happier with a partner. You're not happy. Miserable single people will be miserable married people. If you are not happy and content as a single person, you will not be happy and content as a married person. Put the money on it. Put my name on it. This is what Cousin James said. Okay. Alexis meets with her family and all male. Her friends, they're all male. They're very protective of her, and they see her as their little sister. She's 29 and a passionate powerhouse. I am so tired of Black women being described as powerhouse. The only house I want to be compared to is brick house. I have a couple of girls, they're brick house. I mean, they're brick, solid brick house. Okay. Powerhouse, boss, babe, independent. I'm just so sick of it. I am so sick of it. Okay. She's a passionate powerhouse, never been engaged, but has been proposed to 3 times and say no comment. Okay. She said, what you see is what you get, and she's a bad. That's another thing. Why you got to describe yourself as a bad? She's a bad and Mitch wants a bad ass, so they should have matched the 2 bad asses together. She wanted to be a wife, but for got cold feet and felt like she could change expectations inconsistently. That's because they wasn't ready, okay? She said her parents stayed together for the kids, and on the 18th birthday, said, "Oh, we're getting a divorce." She said she's doing Married at First Sight to stop herself from getting in her own way. She's tired of writing her name and her mom as emergency contact. Well, that's what you put down if you ain't got nobody, girl. She asked her friends what she need to work on, and they said delivery. We gonna have a problem with her. First of all, she says she's a bad. I don't just. I don't describe myself like no bad eye. Okay, so she's a bad, and the men are telling her she needs to work on her delivery. Mm. 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 And that she needs a strong man that if she gets out of control, he can get her back in control. What's up with these women who needs to be put in control and get in control and this must be the millennials. It got to be the millennials because I've just been hearing this these last few seasons. I'm like, what in the world? Get you in control, get you in line, put you in control. What? Are you a dog? Are you a toddler? Because after a toddler, nobody should be trying to get you in. Even a 5-year-old. A 5-year-old learns how to sit and keep their hands together. You don't have to try to get a 5-year-old in order, or a 5-year-old is spiraling out of order, with the exception of a developmentally delayed. Y'all know my daughter's developmentally delayed. That's why I know. So even a 5-year-old is not going to be falling out at the restaurant and carrying on unless something's wrong with them. If I'm out and I see a 5-year-old, 7-year-old acting up, I already know. I said, Lord help her. Because a regular child don't act like that. It's not spiraling out of control that you need somebody to get them in control. So what's up with these millennial girls that need to be put in their place and put in control and get put in order? Because so even her male friends say, you need somebody that's going to put you in get control of you. Then here come Lying Dusty Pascal says they are a strong match because they can balance each other in the areas they are lacking. Sensitive and emotional justice can help Alexia, who issued to play the position of strong female. She is used to playing the position of strong female, and so he will help her to feel comfortable. The fox? Girl, I was sitting on the couch. I had to get up and go get me some ice cream because I'm like, what the fuck? Let me read that again. Let me read that. Lying Dusty Pascal says, Justin and Alexis are a strong match because they can balance each other out in areas they are lacking. Sensitive and emotional justice can help Alexis, who is used to playing the position of strong female, feel comfortable and being vulnerable. It's just crazy. You can't make this stuff up. Then Lion Pacifical continues, and devoted Lexus will provide Justin with the commitment he's lacking he's been searching for after his failed engagement. This is why I gotta write this stuff down, because I'm like, I can't believe what they're saying. I gotta rewind. Okay, the next one is Kristen and Mitch. Child. Mitch, the bitch. Because this is a church girl cheer, we gonna say Mitch, the witch. Okay. Kristen, Miss Darren and Devoted meets with friends. They said this is her. This is something she would do. She woke up with the dog face in her butt, and she said, "Oh my God, I need a man. I can't wake up like this anymore." She's never imagined being in her 30s and not married. Met her ex-fiance at 23 in the apartment building, sleeping on the friend's couch, and she said she should have knew he was a bum. Biggest fear is dying with no kids. Parents divorced at 14. Friends say it's crazy, but it's very Christianist, and she loves to color outside of the lines. Told mom and sisters, but didn't tell dad, and will tell him on the wedding day. So she said she told him, dress nice and show up at this place on this date. Mitch is Mr. Rebel with the cause. He meets with brother and family on Zoom. Dad passed away 2014 and need his family's support. He loves the ocean, grew up with the rebel instincts. And he said the job I basically took over his life. Longest real relationship, which I thought it was kind of contradictory, that his longest relationship is 2 to 3 years. He has a loudmouth and has an announcement, an appropriate sense of humor. He has an inappropriate sense of humor at 41. At 41. You have an inappropriate sense of humor. His biggest flaw is he has commitment issues. But I thought you said he was in a relationship, your longest relationship is 2 to 3 years. So how you have commitment issues? Okay. And I don't think he gonna like her. Because in one of the clips we see, he's gonna say, well, she ain't nobody I would date. It's gonna be another Ryan and Brett. Ryan and Brett is gonna be part 2.0. Because he said, well, she ain't nobody I would date. Okay. He said his divorced parents divorced, had 3 brothers and sisters, role model for a healthy relationship. His brother is 2 years older and married, and he was a nanny for 2 years, and he excelled as a caretaker and would be a great father. He wants to get married at first sight because he needs help, and is the only way he'll get married and get out of his comfort zone and force him, listen to this bull, force him to be committed because it's the highest level of commitment. Now that's powerful what he said. Marriage is the highest level of commitment. But he said married at first sight will force him to be committed. In other words, they're going to have to keep their foot on his neck in order for him to stay committed in his marriage. Because one of the things in our marriage counsel tells us is you must be committed to the marriage. You must be committed. No. He want to be forced to be committed to the marriage. Okay. And he said he has failed at keeping the lowest level of commitment. So if you can't keep the lowest level of commitment, Mitch the witch, how are you going to keep the highest form of commitment? Because the Bible says, if you are faithful over little, I will make you ruler over much, which is why a lot of people are broke. You're not faithful over the little. You didn't bring no tithes and offer to the storehouse. You didn't give none away. You kept it all for yourself. And because you were not faithful, God can't trust you over much. Come on, somebody, and shout. So then he asks his family, what's his ideal woman? And the sister-in-law says, listen to this. Mitch might like black girls. Okay? Mitch might be into black girls because this is what the girls say. The sister-in-law say, a strong woman, able to speak her mind. And then he says, Mitch the witch, a woman who is not strong opinion, strong-willed, who does not have a lot of determination, to him, that's boring. Well, we all want to have determination, right? Right? And then he says he needs a badass, someone he can respect and admire. I told you all these men are feminine because respect is not something a man does to a woman. It's not a feminine trait. It's a masculine trait. Now, are we supposed to respect people? But he talking like he want to respect her, like I respect my husband, or like his wife is supposed to respect him. Feminine. So then the brother says in his voiceover that Mitch is a little rough around the edges, didn't think he was ready for marriage, but he's a good guy and never been in a committed relationship and never have to suffer through some of those hard conversations where you just don't see eye to eye. Mitch has always been a rebel and always resisted conforming. Brother says, don't say anything to him that he say, don't say anything you have to take back. Here he go. Mitch says, yeah, you know me. I'm fiery. I don't back down and don't want to compromise his integrity. That plastic stuff is ridiculous. And he's the guy that causes scene at the job because they don't want to fill up his cup. Excuse me. At 41. This niggalet is 41 years old. 41! And will cause a scene because they don't fill up his cup. Make it make sense to me. Brother asks if his wife want to go out and she wanted to have a nice night out. And he said, well, I guess. So then here come line Dusty Pastor Cal says Mitch and Kristen were matched because they journeyed to become the people they are today and is secure in what they want. Kristen is looking for a man with a passion for what he does, and Kristen will find security in self-sufficient Mitch. Will not take advantage of her like other men in the past. Most importantly, they both want to start a family in the near future. So this is why people, this is why the child, let me hurry. My husband got to come on down here for this conference call. Okay, Bing and Morgan. Morgan is a dude. Super masculine. I don't see no feminine trait, no feminine nothing. Dr. Pepper says they match Morgan and Bing because he's the nice, dependable guy that she knows she needs, but never attract. Of course, she's not going to attract him. Morgan is the type of woman who is so masculine that she repels the guys. She wants them, but she can't attract them because she's just like them. She's a dude. Okay. So Dr. Pepper says Morgan, because Bing is a nice, dependable guy that Morgan wants, knows she needs, but never attract. And fearless Morgan will be the willing adventure partner that Bing has been searching for. Morgan is Miss Strong and Independent, meets with friends. She's the only single person of all her friends. She says a lot of guys want a woman that's more laid back, but she's not. And the guy wants to watch my sports with me, and she's like, I don't want to watch no stupid game. How many of y'all know you can't say that? That's an immediate turned off. He'll never call you, never again. Okay, then they're not gonna want to be bothered with you again. She tell guys that she likes to work out and play video games, and tied at first. They're intrigued at first. They're really intrigued, but guys are stuck and they want this passive woman who's gonna follow them, and they get to know her and they're like, maybe she's too headstrong, but no, you're too much of a man. You're too much of a dude. Men don't want other dude. If he wanted to hang out with a dude, he would go hang out with his friends. They don't want you, Morgan, because you're a man. You're super masculine. And you think, listen to this. This is how a lot of women are messed up in your head. You think, right? They want a passive woman. No, they want a feminine woman. And you're not feminine, Morgan. You're super masculine and a dude. And they get to know her, and maybe she's too headstrong and independent for them. Huh? They want a passive woman who's going to follow. Yes. Wives follow. They don't lead. Unless he's a feminine man and you're super masculine. She was going through a lot of years. She gained weight. She didn't like how she looked. And then her mama talked about some tribe, and she's Japanese, and she had to get back. And then she's tired of dating, doing something wrong. Yeah, you're doing something wrong because you're a dude, and you're trying to attract a dude, and they're not interested in dudes. That's what you're doing wrong. Because even in the previews coming out, the friend is saying, well, what if he doesn't like her for the reasons we like her? And I'm like, the girls need to tell her, Morgan, you're super masculine. You're not going to attract the man you want. You will only attract a feminine man. But they're not going to tell her that because they're scared. She's tired of dating, doing something wrong. Her friend says she's a leader and likes her freedom. Then why? Why do you want to get married? Why you want to get married? If you want to leave and you love your freedom. Because as a married woman, you can't get up and doing everything. You've got to run this by your husband because it's a sign of respect. Okay. She's a leader, loves her freedom. She says she likes her freedom, independence, and control. Her friend says, you're powerful, and he needs to understand that or else it's not going to work. Her friend says she knocked out her too. She's a dude. She's a man. There's nothing feminine. They didn't say not one thing feminine about her. If you read this, and Morgan is a unisex name, you would think they're talking about a guy whose name is Morgan. You would not think they're talking about a woman because there's nothing feminine about her. Everything about her is masculine. I gotta call my doctor. Refill my medicine. Okay. Her friends hope expert can find a man that can handle a strong woman. Here it is again. What is wrong with these women that want to be handled? Because they're dudes. Okay. She thinks they're giving her a picture perfect man and she's ready to get married. And I was like, girl, Bing is Mr. Mama's boy, meets with friends. All friends are married or in relationships. Oh my God, child. He said all his friends moved in with their girlfriends. Choo, 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 choo. Dusty. All of his friends moved in with their girlfriends. Mm-hmm. He said he's a mama's boy and she makes his day. Every woman he comes spare to his mother, and she's the kindest person she knows, and wants every woman he dates to be like his mama. I don't see anything wrong with that. I like that. I hope that's my son that calls me. He wants somebody who's like me. My husband was very big on that. Oh, you have to be a lot like my mom. Oh, you don't read by, stuff like he tells me that. So I don't see any problem with a man wanting a woman like his mom, because that's the picture. With the exception of the struggle, it's the same thing as little girls. Little girls should want to marry a husband that is like their father. The problem is a lot of little girls' fathers are bums and dusters. Okay? I don't see a problem with it. Being mother is the picture of a woman that he wants. Okay? He said parents left Vietnam in 1975. Was in a camp, refugee camp. In his culture, parents are very traditional, and you had to choose between engineer, lawyer, doctor, and he excels in math. He was in math league. Do you see how do you see how they train a child in the way they should go? Because I don't understand how some of y'all the kids start 18. Oh, I go pay for college. What you gonna do with your life? What you been doing for 18 years? You wasn't talking to him about what he want to do? Huh? And pointing him in the direction and exposing him to those things? Michael talked about being Mr. President. He wants to be a dentist. My husband went out and bought him a dentist kit. He want to be a veterinarian. My husband went out and bought him a veterinary kit. He wants to shave with that. He said, Mommy, look, I think I have my beard coming. It's right here. Can you see it? It's a beard. It's coming in. Daddy went out and bought him a little shaving kit. Because you are to train them up in the way they should go. Hello, Black people. Okay. He claims he likes to go on adventures, and I'm like, what kind of money? And that's a tiny apartment. I mean, a hotel room is bigger than that studio apartment. Did y'all see how the bed is behind the kitchen sink? Girl, that must be $200 a month, girl. He said he's super frugal, doesn't do laundry from 4 to 9 p.m. because of the peak hours, okay? If you into saving your money, we know that. I don't have a problem with him not washing between 9 to 4, 4 to 9, because I don't. It's those are things you read about, how to save energy and save money. Okay, but this is my problem with him, child. He lived in the desert in California. And guess what he said? He said he don't turn on the AC. And I'm like, what you say? I was like, rewind, come again. Rewind it and come again. What you said? You said what? No, you're not in desert. You don't turn on the AC. I live in Jersey. I'm like, Mike, they eat. Mike, I need air. Air. And he's in the desert. And he also said he don't turn on the heat. And I'm like, well, he just opened the window. I'm like, well, why are you opening the window? Is there heat outside to come in the house? Or does he mean heat in the hay, let the heat? I don't understand it, child. No, that's not frugal. That's cheap. He said he want to do a bottle service and go on every weekend. That's why he can't keep no woman. People see outside master's program fit body, but comes home and loneliness. He wants to have someone. He works hard at the gym and dating apps because everyone has RB a face. He won't cuss in front of his mother. I thought that was cute. I was like, oh my God. I clutched my pearls. I was like, I hope that's going to be little Michael. Okay. He has his friends, what they're doing in 2 weeks. And his friends said, whatever, we up for you. And the friends say he's had a hard time dating. He's been on some bad relationship because the girl cheated. And they said he's cheap and that he needs to take his next girlfriend out. And he says we can go hiking. And they said, Betty, we can go to Ben and Jerry. He was like, oh my gosh, she's going to want 2 scoops of ice cream. She can only get 1 scoop. Cheap. That ain't frugal. That's cheap. And it's not that he don't have the money. He's an engineer. They make money. Okay, my husband's best friend was an engineer. And he claimed for her birthday he's gonna buy her stocks. If she wants a Tesla, he gonna buy her Tesla stocks. Well, Morgan might be okay with this because she want her money. She said, "You keep your money, I keep my money. You do what your money, and I want to do with my money." So it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna work this dynamic. Okay. Lion passer Dusty Cal. They are Bing and Morgan a solid match because they work hard on themselves in order need a support partner in a relationship. Morgan needs someone like happy-go-lucky Bing who is not intimidated by her natural independence and leadership. They're going to have lots of adventure as long as it's not too expensive for being frugal. Sorry. I'm gonna watch that one because I know she not gonna want to stay in that little stinky apartment he got. Well, it's clean. That's one thing. It's clean. And if he moves in with her, because all the friends move in with the woman, so they're used to that. Okay. Is he just gonna pay what he was paying at the other place? Okay, y'all. And the big whopper for the night. Let me tell you, a few ladies have emailed me and inboxed me. And one lady, one cousin, because I was talking to her all morning email. She said, okay. She said, Cousin Janice, I see myself in Stacia. And it disgusts me. I cried because I didn't know I was like that. She is so masculine and typical. And I had a few email me and say, Janice, you better say she's typical because she's so typical. Let me go ahead and read. I can't wait because I can't wait to hear what you got to say about Stacia. Pepper said they are a natural match. He's a criminal. They are both stylish and good natured and are both looking for their other half to create the ultimate power couple to build wealth and provide for their family. Stacia's Miss Boss. Let me tell you, I don't like boss. I was talking to my girl Alyssa inbox about. I don't like boss. Though for some women it means something different. But what I'm talking about is Stacia. Boss. Mike. Mike. Someone's at the door. I don't like that boss. I feel like someone's at the door. Tell Daddy someone's at the door. To me, it gives off this masculine thing. And everything has a spirit. And I just don't like it. Especially when women of color says, I'm a boss. I'm a boss, bitch. I don't like it. It makes you look super masculine and hard and manly, and I just don't like it. Okay? I don't like it. Hello? So she says she's Miss Boss Lady, meets mom, and is the parent. The mom is the only parent she has. They both look like very pretty. I wonder if they're in the AK because all that pink, girl. All that pink. Very pretty, okay. And so she meets with her mom, and She said she hasn't met her husband because she was so focused on building up herself, going to school, working on her business. And I'm like, I just don't understand why, especially women of color, we can do everything. We can have 10 jobs while go to school, and we can juggle all of those things except juggle what we need to juggle and date for a husband. I don't understand why we can't do that. Then we get to almost 40. It was like, oh, child, I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to get me a husband. Right? But you've spent all this time being super masculine, being boss lady, and you think you're just going to step out here and attract this masculine man who you really want. But you're so masculine that you're not going to be able to attract him. You're going to attract a feminine man. So I don't understand. I just don't understand why. Well, I know why. Our angry grandmama and aunties told us, girl, go ahead, go to school and get it. You don't need a man. And then you spent all that time, I don't need a man. And then you realize you do need a man. Because all of a sudden you want to have a baby. And I don't care how the devil lied to you. You can't get a baby without an egg and a sperm. Let me tell you, God has full counterfeit creating human. You know why? Because humans are created in God's image.
There was nobody.
Maybe somebody was trying to sell something. Maybe they left a card or something. Okay. So I don't understand, ladies. And what we need to do, those of us in our 40s, 30s, and 40s, we need to teach those younger girls, baby, go to school and get your degree. But at the same time, you need to also be dating and remaining soft and feminine so you can attract the man that you want. Okay? So she said she asked her mom to go dress shopping with her because she's getting married next week. In 2 weeks, mom was excited. She said she spent years building her empire. And listen to this. She doesn't need a man. She wants a man. Masculine. That is strong, independent, Black woman mentality. Because a husband must be needed, not wanted. As a matter of fact, I'm writing something on this. A husband is not an accessory. A husband is a need. I don't care how much money you make. If you don't need him, you're not going to attract the strong masculine man you need. You will attract a beta and a feminine man who is okay with being an accessory because you're being. You understand? So, ladies, if your mentality is, I want a man, I don't need him, baby, sign up for my course that's coming soon because you have a wrong mindset and mentality about a husband because a husband must be needed. Okay? She says she's definitely a boss. She's none nonsense. She goes and get the job done. No one's going to pursue her anyway. Masculine. Okay? Those are masculine traits because a wife needs to be cooperative with her husband. She's single because she's intimidated to men. I'm writing something with this. I am always very leery of women who says they intimidate men. That's why they ain't got no man, because you intimidate a man. That's because you ain't never met a real man, boo. You ain't never met no super masculine man. Because a masculine man, a man who is a shepherd, who is a Psalm 23 husband, who has prepared himself to be a husband, will never be intimidated by a boss bitch. Never. That's if you can even get in his presence to speak to him, because you repel him. You're not going to attract him. So I'm writing something on this. Hopefully it will be done. It's a little quick ebook I'm writing, because I get this a lot. I get this a lot about you intimidating men. Okay. So she says she's single because she intimidates men. She'll stand up for herself, put men in their places, and hold you accountable. Then she said, not in a bad way, though. I mean, if this is work, that's different. But if this is your attitude to the menu day, I have one of my mentees. I gotta email her. One of my mentees. She was also an engineer, and she said she felt masculine. She was like, I can't, I can feel it. And she went through my mentoring program, and I gave her some hints. I was like, you got to wear you some silk, girl. If you don't need to tell somebody what to do, you let them figure it out. And slowly but surely she started doing those things. So ladies, if you are dating, it is not your responsibility to stand up to men, to put them in their places, and to hold them accountable. Not the men you date. See, the problem with a lot of boss B women is they don't know how to pivot. Even in the workplace, if this is what you have to do at work, that's fine, because you're working, you're a supervisor, you're a boss, okay? But a lot of women, they take that same, I hate the word energy, that same essence or spirit that you do at work, and you bring it into the dating world, and you can't do that. You have to pivot. You have to pivot, because you're not going to attract the masculine man that you want to, because you act like a dude. Okay? So being boss B at work, good girl, go ahead, be good. Yes, honey. But outside of work, you can't, you gotta leave her. You gotta lock that bitch up in and left her there. You gotta lock her up at the job. Don't bring her home with you. Leave her there. Okay. She says she hasn't done anything to try and find someone to date. She's been working, grinding. She's in financial world, has investment property, and renovates a rent. Okay, so you want to get married, ladies. You want to get married, right? What are you doing to attract a man? What are you doing? Nothing. You're not being intentional about dating, about attracting a husband. You're intentional about your work. You're intentional about your hair. You're intentional about your nails. You're intentional about going on vacation. You're intentional about finances. You're intentional about your business, but you're not intentional about doing the work to meet a man so you can date to get married. She says she's definitely about creating generational wealth, and she's addicted to coffee and success. She got her work ethic from not having and parents. This is what I need to say. Do you see how when you are not prepared to be a parent and you have kids that have to struggle, you cause them to be on the defense? She's this way because she didn't have. She would see people on TV. She would have wanted. She said and she would hear, "We don't have enough money." Granted, you can't buy everything you see, but when I go to the store, my kids know they can get two things. If we go to Target, you can get two things. If we go to Walmart in the same day, you can get two things. Okay, I'm retraining them to have an abundance mindset. Ask and it shall. My daughter she'll flip a Bible scripture on me quick. Lexi, oh, she'll tell me what the Bible say quick. She wants something and I tell her no. She said, well, mommy, you know the Bible say ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door shall be open. Search and you shall find, mommy. That's what the Bible said. After that, be like, okay, Alexis, you can get it. I should be throwing the scriptures on me. Okay. Lexi, she know that Bible. She know that Bible. She know that scripture. She be throwing the scriptures on me. Okay. Okay. And so she said, knew if she wanted something, she had to work for it. Can't ask daddy, can't ask, she don't know where daddy is. Can't ask mama, she got to work for it. Doesn't know her by a daddy, raised by mom and a dad. She emancipated herself at 17 because the mama was moving and she was like, I ain't coming. So she emancipated herself and lived with friends. And she said that was the first time she saw a family. Husband, mom is home and making dinner, and dad comes home and have dinner, and the family sit at the table and have dinner. She ain't never seen that before. I mean, girl, wasn't you watching TV? Did you watch the Cosby Show? Okay. She said, has everything and goal she has set except marriage is her missing piece. Was marriage a goal for you, Stacia? I know a lot of people say marriage is a goal and not a goal, which is why you're still not married. Everything else is a goal. Getting your degree is a goal. Getting out of debt is a goal. Paying off your debt is a goal. Going away to college is a goal. Going on vacation is a goal. Growing your hair, everything. Buying a car, buying a house is a goal. When it comes to marriage, marriage ain't no goal. Oh, it's a goal. And that's why a lot of women are not, because it's not a goal. Because it's not a goal, you're not intentional. You're not doing what you need to do to get married because it's not a goal. I'm almost done. She's 37, but if she hit 40, what is she going to do? She wants to have 2 kids and she needs to get busy. And I'm like, girl, at 37 is when you're trying to get busy about getting married so you can have 2 babies by 40. Luckily and thankfully for her, if she is healthy, has no health issues, have no infertility issues, my Black woman doctor says Black women can try up to 44 to have babies. And I know, because when I was 42, me and my husband doing our fertility things, and those little cousin doctors, they was like, oh, Miss Thompson, your ovaries are glorious. Oh, you have so much eggs. How old you are? You say you're 42. You was born what year? 1996. You have so many eggs, Miss Chas. I said, thank you. The Lord bless me. I bless. Do you want to donate some of your eggs? No, I don't want to donate any of my eggs. I'm keeping all my eggs. Okay. So I hope she get it by then. Then the mama, she said as she gets older, it's pushing further back of her having kids. Mom asked about a postnup, and she said if he doesn't sign it, it's a prenup. Nate is Mr. Hustler with a heart. Visit his friends who are important to him. He has a small family. They can't be there. And so all his white friends, I mean, any Black person where all your friends is of another, is why I got I don't trust you. You ain't got one Black friend, Nate. Talk about you're a hustler with a heart. He's a thug. I don't do thugs, child. But anyways, I mean, whatever. Hustler with a heart. Okay. And his friends if he says his friends doesn't support him, he would feel devastated, low, anxiety level would skyrocket. Here go another one. Nate, do you need to go see the psychiatrist or the psychologist? I mean, I know a lot of people have anxiety that they can't be controlled, but if your anxiety get out of control, you need to be talking to somebody. Nate claims he's an unorthodox risk taker. He's not afraid of challenging the status quo. He had an entrepreneur spirit, and from he was a child and sold fake Louis. But Stacia is carrying the real Louis. So Stacia watched your Louis around and try he might steal it and try to sell it. Okay. He said cops almost locked him up. They called him and said, "You gotta stop selling this fake stuff, bro." And he was like, "Okay." He became financially savvy because a lot of harshness, stepping cars, hit rock bottom multiple times. Jesus. He said he read books for self improvement. He's in sales and day trading, and know he can take care of himself. And he's looking for a partner he can actually take care of. Thank you, but what that means? Because when you introduce yourself, you didn't say nothing about why it's good to get married. You got a good body, you eat healthy. That's why you want to get married. You didn't say nothing about, not one of these men said anything why they really want to be married. I didn't hear one of them say, "I want to provide for my wife, I want to protect," except for Nate. He said, "No, I'm looking for somebody I can take care of." But see, I don't trust him because he's the type that's emotionally. Like we can eat emotions. Oh, Lord. He said he's a good guy overall and ready to be a husband. It can be hard for women to get over his past, child. We haven't heard the rest of it. What kind of past? You haven't been locked up. You haven't been in jail. You're not a criminal. So what kind of past woman can't get over, child? That's Lexi picture. Y'all see Lexi picture? Lexi painted this at her program. So she said, "Oh, mommy, I thought this was, I just wanted to bring you this ice cream." I said, "Thank you, Lexi." Oh my God. Okay. He don't want to be lonely anymore, ready to level up and be a power couple. He's done with going out and smashing chicks. He did that in his 20s. He's deleted all the dating apps, and the girlfriends are just Lula Gaga over. "Oh, Nate. Oh, Nate is such a wonderful guy. He has such a good heart." And I'm like, "Girl, just tell him you want him." Okay. Lying fake Pastor Cal gonna say they match them because they have an entrepreneurial spirit and goal of accumulating wealth for their future family. Spirited and creative Nate will bring out a more playful side of exacting Stasha, while she'll be encouraging and all enthusiastic partner Nate needs to keep him in path to success. So at almost 40, the Black woman who has worked very hard to build a life for herself still ended up with a Black man who she needs to encourage to be a man. Huh? Spirited and creative Nate will bring out a more playful side of exacting Stasha, while she'll be encouraging an enthusiastic partner Nate's need to keep him in the path to success. How old is he? Huh? How old is Nate that Stacia needs to keep him in the path? I hope. I have to go, child. I gotta go. I gotta go take a nap. Show me love in my Patreon, in my books. Available on Amazon. I need reviews, darling. If you haven't given me any reviews, somebody asked for my Cash App. It should be below. My Take Your Cookie Off the Table book is available, honey. The Wisdom Journal is also available. Be sure to check that out. That's how you can support me. I know other people email me about how else they can support me. You support me by picking up my books and joining my Patreon and leaving me reviews on Amazon. I absolutely love and adore you, beloved. I will see you on the other one. Oh, this is only the first part about the couples and who they are, because I wanted to keep that separate. I want you to really hear what the people are saying, because none of these people was supposed to be matched. Love you. Got to go. Bye.